Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here. And let's wake up the football gods as we sit 76 days, 10 hours, 52 minutes away from kickoff of the Dallas Cowboys versus the LA Rams for the 2020 NFL season. And I got to tell you, man, we're less than a month away. Today is the 29th of June. Training camps open on the 28th. Can you believe this? It is almost July 1st, come Wednesday, 4th of July this weekend. Oh my God. Thank God this year is flying by because I want to get this mother out of here. It's been bad. It's been really bad. Whew. Well, as usual, the New England Patriots have been caught cheating again. And I'm not talking about just the fine that they got. They got fined $1.1 million, as well as a third round pick for sideline taping of the Bengals. I just don't understand that. This is one of those ones that I just don't understand. This has literally got me scratching my head. I understand trying to get a competitive advantage, as they always say, if you're not cheating, you're not trying. I mean, we know that teams forever have always tried to get a competitive advantage. Some teams would go through and they, if you got a lot of speedy wide receivers and you're playing a passing game, they'd wet the outside of the field, so they'd be muddy, so it'd be harder to make cuts and stuff like that. Teams like Seattle having the 12th man, the way they built that stadium so the sound reverberates and stuff, messing with the other team's locker room, painting the walls pink and stuff and making sure they're uncomfortable. You do things to try and get a competitive advantage, an edge and things like that. But I'm trying to understand how and why New England would need a competitive advantage against the Bengals. The Bengals. I understand if you're saying, I gotta make sure, the Jets are up and coming, if we can get a little extra edge just to make sure we stay in front of them. Or, if you're saying that, hey, we might be playing this team in the Super Bowl, let's see if we can find some stuff. Yeah, I could understand that. But the Bengals? Was it really? I mean, not that $1.1 million is a lot of money to the New England Patriots. And technically, they always get extra picks anyway because of compensatory picks. So the fact that they're losing a third round pick, well, they had 12 picks last year, 12 picks the year before. I guess from that standpoint, it's really just a slap on the wrist and it doesn't really affect them. And they got the victory over the Bengals. I just don't understand that one. I just don't understand that one. But anyway, that's not what I was talking about cheating wise. What I'm really looking at is Cam Newton going to New England. Now, I know we got Andy Dalton for an incentive-based contract for, $3 million. Excuse me, not incentive-based, but basically $3 million. And Cam Newton's deal is a bare bones. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe some of you will see Andy Dalton and Cam Newton on the same playing field. I don't. I think Cam Newton, if he's healthy, is far and away better than Andy Dalton. Hell, Cam Newton may be unhealthy, may be better than Andy Dalton. You're talking about a guy who was a former MVP, a guy who has been to a Super Bowl, a guy who's won playoff games. Andy Dalton is 0-4 in the playoffs. And I think that may be the recipe that New England could really use if Cam Newton is healthy. But his contract, now make no mistake about it, New England didn't have much money to work with. New England had been living on borrowed time, so to speak, with Tom Brady's contract. They kept kicking a lot of that money down the road and things like that. and keeping some of their premier players that finally the bills came due, and this year was one of those years they don't have a whole lot of money left over. But the contract is a maximum for Cam Newton of $7.5 million, and it's literally a bare bones contract. You know, if he doesn't play, he's getting chump change. But even if he goes through, plays well on this 1 year deal, it's a maximum of $7.5 million. But you look at this from the standpoint of what Bill Belichick will be able to do. You think about Josh McDaniels when he first went to Denver and having Tim Tebow and predicated the offense on the quarterback being able to run more so than just being able to pass. Having that added dimension, something that New England, Tom Brady's never been really that much of a running threat. He'll run out of the pocket from time to time, knowing that he's safe and not going to get hit. But this conceivably could be a game changer for New England. Because, see, the thing I always try and tell you guys, more than anything else, is you can't always have better talent across the board. You can't always just man up one-on-one, Imano versus Imano, and beat another team. The thing you have to do in football is be where they don't expect you to be. Keep them guessing. Keep them worrying about something else till they hesitate. That's one of those things that the Dallas Cowboys have not done in forever. You know, pretty much, 75% of the time, Zeke Elliott is going to run between the tackles on first down. It's my guys against your guys. And if you can stop that, the Cowboys didn't have very many answers. Now, the Cowboys could have helped themselves by using that to their advantage and doing more play action, because teams are knowing that you're going to try and run up the middle, and that's when you say, okay, I'm going to get outside where they're not expecting it. But very few and far between times do we do that. Bill Belichick, on the other hand, is the master at having you think they're going over here and going to do something, and they go over there and do something. Every week he would come up with a new wrinkle that gives him an advantage for a couple of plays, and sometimes those couple of plays, as we found out, can be the difference of winning and losing. He knew when he played us in bad weather, at home, that it was going to be a low-scoring, tight game, and the difference could be a blocked punt. And that led to the only touchdown in that game. So when you get a Cam Newton, a guy who can do the deep ball really, really well, but also can move around in the pocket if healthy, and can run pass options, oh my God, bootlegs, you can see tons of play action. You're going to see this team go from a pass-happy team to a more run-pass option, RPO offense. And teams won't know how to, or week to week, how to defense against it. For me, I look at this and say, this is a game changer for where New England was going to be this year. This just instantly made them that much better. And having the defense that they have, they don't need to be in shootouts. Yeah, New England, they may have cheated everybody on this one. This may be the one that you go back and look and say, Bill Belichick is still a genius, and it's not Tom Brady. So that's where we are with that. We have less than a month. I can't believe it. Less than a month until training camps open up. I hope you're getting excited. Don't forget, tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, we got our live stream. We'll be talking about this a bit, as well as the Dallas Cowboys, because the clock is still ticking. I believe we're down to 18 days for the Dallas Cowboys to get a deal done with Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott, and getting over the coronavirus, as well as we got some talk about Sean Lee. And one final thought. Why is it, as Dak Prescott is constantly micro-examined and talked about, why is it nobody talks about all the fumbles of Carson Wentz? I'll have this and more tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern. Be sure to be there and have a great day. Be safe out there, and please wear a mask.